but I forgot you actually did that.
Every comment was, "Why you raw dogging the dunks, bro? What are you doing? So disrespectful." But, What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the Beyond Kicks podcast. I'm Seth, a.k.a. Same Old Sneakers.
And I'm Charley, otherwise known as Winona Kicks.
Dude, it is lit. We were just talking about this before we started, but it has been so long since we've spoken or recorded a podcast because we recorded the first, 3 episodes before we launched just to get a hang of it?
Exactly, yeah. We actually had the first 3 episodes recorded, but the third one
Sadly, we had some
so well.
technical issues with the third one, but we're back and better than ever.
And the best part is I actually have a microphone, so you can actually hear me. Like, it's not super bad audio now, so we are set to go. We are rolling.
Super crisp for the audio section. I love it. Dude, so what have you been up to? I know you just bought a car today or yesterday.
That would be yesterday. Yeah,
that's pretty big.
Yeah, it's been busy. I've just had a lot of school stuff. I've been working. I've been doing just pumping out a lot of content, and I had a free day yesterday. I don't have class Monday or Friday, so the insurance money finally hit, and I've been hunting for the last week or so, and I finally I ended up buying a 2014 Ford Taurus. So
very nice.
I got a good deal. I'm pretty proud of myself because they listed it for $14,999. It's a used 2014. It's got 83,000 miles, and clean title, one owner, the whole works and stuff. And they listed it at $14,999. So out the door, it would have been $16,400.
Mm-hmm.
And went and test drove it. Everything was good and stuff. And I just basically left. I said, I'll let you know. And he's like, I didn't let him know for probably 5 hours. And he was like, what do we do wrong? It's a pretty big dealership and stuff. And I was like, it's just the price point. Like, I would need to be at 15 out the door. And he's like, we just can't do that. It's like an hour later, he hit me back. He's like, we could do 16 out the door. And I was like, 15's the number. And he's like, all right, we could do 15.5. And this is like another couple hours later.
Yeah.
And then finally, it was about 6 p.m. And he's like, all right, we'll do 15.3. I need a couple hundred because we're losing on it. And I was like, all right, we'll do it. And so we drove an hour to go pick it up. I had they were actually open till 9, so it worked out pretty well.
That's not bad.
And yeah, it wasn't too bad. And all said and done, it was $14,900 out the door. There was a couple extra fees they knocked off. So, and I got a lifetime powertrain warranty for the transmission and engine because it's a used car under 100,000 and less than 10 years old. So that's their policy. As long as I own it nationwide, I don't have to service it there. So if the tranny goes out when I have 300,000 miles, I pay a $100 deductible and they fix it. So that was kind of a big indicator on that. So I ended up driving back to Winona. I got another 2-hour drive with it, and got back to Winona at about midnight last night and woke up. I had class all day today. I just got back from the post office, and now we're here.
Nice.
So
Charley, the negotiation king.
I tried. I was not expecting
love to hear it.
Pull some strings like that, but it ended up working out pretty good.
You never know. Just play hard to get.
Exactly. What have you been up to lately?
Really nothing. I've just been kind of hanging out, going to a lot of Braves games, relaxing with the girl.
I'm seeing that.
Yeah, nothing too crazy, and getting a lot of crazy sneakers in to review and shoot, which I'll get into probably in a little bit. But so that's been keeping me busy. Supposed to pick up something in the next few days. Don't know what it is. All I know is it's fire. So I'm like, okay, it's very vague, but we'll see what it is, man. But yeah, so I think last time we spoke, you went to, there was a sneaker con, right? Where was that at? Wasn't there one?
Ooh, Phoenix.
I think the last one we spoke about was Utah. I don't think we spoke about Phoenix yet.
So yeah, went to Phoenix. That was a couple of weeks ago, actually. So I'm trying to. It's like I said.
I know. I'm like you said, there was something.
Yep. So I went to Phoenix. It was only a 1-day event. It was pretty good though. It was I got in kind of later in the afternoon, which usually I get there in the morning. And so I didn't really have time to go to the sneaker stores or anything. We ended up just getting some dinner and meeting up with people, and we had a little team meeting before then, and we went to the event. The event was really good. It was probably one of the better events that I've been to. Turnout was, it started slow, and then it really picked up. We had, I got to meet Gary Payton, the legend, the glove. And who else was there? Sharif O'Neal was there. Got to meet him. I actually ended up sending him a hat. I don't know if I told you that.
Sick.
Yeah, he gave me a shipping address when I got back. I tagged him in something. He's like, thanks for tagging. Super nice guy, like super genuine, like maybe one of the better like celebrity, like higher influence people I've met, just because he's very humble. And I mean, it's Shaquille O'Neal's kid, like
exactly,
a big name, and
that's crazy.
He's a very nice guy, and so I believe he got the hat. I haven't seen anything on it.
Hey, man.
I know he's a busy guy.
Speaking about the hat, this thing, when I got it, the quality on this, I don't know what I was expecting. Because, I mean, obviously, photos can only do it so much justice. But when I unpackaged this, I was like, dang. Sadly, it doesn't fit my small head at all.
Yep.
But it's awesome. I love having one. It's going to go on the display piece behind me whenever I get a 2-bed apartment and can actually build out a studio. So I'm very excited about that. So thank you. Thank you again.
Yeah.
I love this thing.
Of course. I gotta have my host hooked up with the hats. Yeah.
Hey, exactly. You have to
be. I do have a bigger head, so I wanted something that I could actually wear, and the trucker style is something I've always liked. And so if you do have a bigger head, we got a couple more on the way, New Year's. So
very nice.
A couple different colors. I'll leak the colors. We're doing a gray corduroy as well as an olive green. So
both of those. Is it a darker gray or a lighter gray?
Or
do you know yet?
We just sent the samples in. The first samples are going to be a lighter gray. We're going to see how that works. The only thing is the accents are going to be white, so they're going to be the same W and the
That's
M.
true.
It's going to be white, so we're just going to see how that works on the samples. We might change it up a little bit. We didn't change anything when we got these samples in. We ended up just rolling with it. So
I love it.
Yes,
it makes sense to go with something lighter and darker, though. That's gonna, dude.
Yep.
Just with how successful that launch was with the hats, like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do it again? It's such a smart move.
No, I mean, to sell out in a month, we thought it would be. We initially ordered too many. Me and my buddy Daniel. I believe his name is DVNIEL.LUU on Instagram. So go check him out. He does a whole line of products, and I ended up buying the brown Houston one that you see in my videos all the time first.
Oh yeah.
And ended up just tagging him every time somebody was asking about it, and we ended up doing a collab. And we ordered way too many at the beginning, and we sold about 80. We sold about 80 the first day. We ordered 400.
That's insane. Yeah.
So it was kind of like, all right, what do we get ourselves into? And so we were like, we got to be slinging these things for the next couple of months, and we ended up selling out about a month later. So
that's amazing.
All said and done, it worked out really well, and we're doing the exact same run. We're never restocking the cream or the black. So if you got one, you got one. Otherwise, look out for the next drop. So
yeah, no, it's awesome. And man, you see them everywhere. I feel like not even on your page, I see at least one a day when I'm just scrolling through TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is, and I'm like, he did it. Everyone's got it.
It's been crazy because I mean, you see a lot of people that do merch, and are a lot of people. One person that I think about a lot is Chance Dubnik. His is a good buddy of mine.
Yeah.
He just did shirts, and he did really limited run to see if he could do it with no marketing, no push. I went a little different route. We sent them to a bunch of influencers and really tried to hit the ground running right off the bat. And he did it all by himself, and he sold out pretty quick. And so
and he did all his by hand, right? They're all like hand screen printed.
Yep.
I think is what I saw. That's amazing.
It's actually a puff print. I got the green.
Yeah.
I bought the green, and then he sent me the gray one as well.
Nice.
And they're puff printed. They're comfort colors. They're done in Kansas City, and he documented
that's all I wear
process.
Is comfort colors. So that's the move.
Same. Yep. Yeah. And so that was kind of the cool part about it. And it's weird because he actually texted me this past weekend, and he was at his brother's football game, and he said that he saw a hat in
Mm-hmm.
the stands on the other side of the field in like this super small like Kansas town, which is, I mean, wild. It's
Yeah.
so stuff like that's been really crazy just because, I mean, I'm just a college kid and it's like to
No,
have
it's
something
awesome,
out there
man.
that people are actually wearing and like
Yeah.
not buying it and not wearing it. And Seth, I mean,
Exactly.
but,
I'm the worst. I'm the worst.
hey, my parents don't wear them. They don't like the look. My dad's got them in the back of his car. My mom's got them on the shelf. So
I get it. See, the only
they're
hat
not
I
for
can wear are
everybody.
like these like smaller kind of low key hats. I don't know why, but just I have a weird head. It's too small.
No, it's you have a normal head. I have a weird head, and so this is the fit that works. And
Yeah.
it's just it is what it is. But I've had a really good feedback. We haven't had any returns or anything. I mean,
That's amazing.
it's a little different style. It's like an '80s trucker hat or a farmer hat.
That's what sets
it
it apart, though. It's so unique, and the
and
materials,
it's not
the
a
quality.
fitted, so it's there's the fitteds are kind of the big thing. We've got a lot of questions if we're going to do a fitted, but then you have to buy a whole bunch of different sizes and
Logistics on that is just way too much. It makes so much more sense to do snap, I'm sure.
props to Hat Club because they they do a pretty good job. They're always releasing limited stuff. So
Solid. I love it.
yeah,
We did mention Comfort Colors t-shirts. I'm going to put you guys on. So I don't know if they have this where you are, but it's this store called Bargain Hunt. They get a lot of like liquidation or liquidated products from like Target, Walmart, and some like Amazon returns. But if you live near a Bargain Hunt, go there and check it out because you can get Comfort Color blanks for I think like $3 or $4 a piece. So
wow.
if you ever see any of my TikTok videos, every video I'm wearing either a gray, a black, or like a cream Comfort Colors blank. I've got probably 3 or 4 of every color that I can ever find. All in like medium, large. If I want a bigger fit, I do that. Smaller fit, medium. But Bargain Hunt, super cheap. You're not going to regret it. Bargain Hunt sponsor this podcast.
I'm in. I need some $4 t-shirts.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm so cheap when it comes to clothing because I guess like my first retail job was at an outlet mall. And of course, whenever you're on break, walking around, that's all you shop is outlet stuff. So majority of my clothing is just outlet, discount, whatever. And I'm here for it, man. I love
Fair
saving
enough.
money and I love clothes. And
I think
it's
we all like
expensive.
saving money.
Exactly. Cool. So I'll dive into some of the crazy early shoes I've had over the past,
Please do.
month. And I've had like 4 pairs since then. And that was just crazy. So the first one I got were the eBay Dunk Low Sandy Bodeckers. I was
Crazy.
not expecting to get that shoe in. And I also really didn't know a lot about the history of the shoe before I dug into it. And I just thought it was fascinating. I never knew he was essentially the father or grandfather of like Nike SB and one of the people that started it and began building those relationships with like Nike and Paul Rodriguez and Eric Costin and all these other big skateboarders. And I just never knew that. But the quality on that shoe is crazy. Like mainly on the white leather, it's just like so buttery smooth.
Really?
Which doesn't make sense to me because it's all cut up into pieces. So you can't really appreciate it as much. But dude, it was just so cool. And the detailing to having the clear paneling on the outsole and the clear panels on the midsole or the actual upper of the shoe. I just thought the detailing on that shoe was so crazy. I actually was gonna troll the internet, but I didn't do it. But on the pair, so it's like 3 strips of the clear. So essentially it's like 3 stripes Adidas.
Whoa.
So I have some photos and videos of me wearing those with like socks with 3 stripes on it. And I really wanted to post like, yo, it's about time. Or no, it was because this is like right when all the Kanye beef was going down, like right when it started. I was going to say, oh, I'm so happy that now that, Kanye's out of the picture, Adidas and Nike can finally squash their beef and come together on this crazy shoe and like have my Adidas socks. But I decided not to do it. I was like, okay, we'll let this live another day. But
You might have gotten a little heat on that one.
I know. Well, I already got enough heat for wearing them barefoot, which was the point of wearing them barefoot. So it worked. Every comment
I was
on every video.
I know I saw somebody wearing them barefoot, and now I know it was you. But I was thinking that that's the route you were gonna go with. I was thinking about trolling the internet with wearing them barefoot, but I forgot you actually did that.
Every comment was, "Why you raw dogging the dunks, bro? What are you doing? So disrespectful." But got to get comments up.
You have to.
Trying to think. Yeah, that shoe is just crazy. I really want a personal pair. Now that I know the history behind it, because like we talked about in like the first episode, I grew up skateboarding and that was just my whole life growing up. So just now knowing that he's the grandfather of Nike SB, I'm like, I have to have a pair just a display piece, because I could never see myself wearing it, because that is a very difficult shoe to style, obviously.
Well, you could maybe put some Christmas lights in them or something kind of cool like that.
You really
could. It is a cool display piece.
Yeah, light that boy up. Yeah, those were crazy. Aside from that, I got the Olive 9. I think it's the Olive 9 Concords. Those are pretty cool. I like that. It's not even really olive, but they call it olive. It was more brown, so I don't really know that. But I don't like that pair as much as the original, because the Concord just kind of throws it off. It just makes it look a little weird, but it's different. I mean, most people weren't into sneakers when the original olive pair dropped. So it's like, here's something a little different. But those were cool. Not much to say about it. Not really my style of shoe, but still cool to have. I liked it. Then the last two were complete bangers, just both of the upcoming Travis Scott shoes, the Black Phantoms and I think they're just called the Olives. But dude, those were crazy. I have to say, and I know that I said this on my reel or TikTok, but the Black Phantoms are so nice. The quality of the materials they used on that shoe were just A1, and I was bagging on that shoe for so long online.
Well, I think that was the first or second episode. We were kind of ripping it apart, saying it's just a black shoe.
It's not that special. Granted, I can't pull off that shoe because I wear a lot of skinny jeans, and my comment section let me know that.
I'm not kidding. I know the comments you're talking about. I was looking through those too.
Yeah, I'm like, you're right. You're right. They don't look good on me, but maybe buy an outfit for them. But just the quality of like the waxed suede and the nubuck toe box and the laces, like it was just such a cool shoe. The only thing that was weird is like it has I don't know if it's wool or not wool, but like a faux wool kind of like sock liner, and it's very like hairy, kind of like a real premium hairy suede that you would see on a lot of shoes. But I don't know, that was weird, because I feel
did that affect the fit at all? Were
no,
they a little tighter?
No, it fit about the same. Well,
it wasn't that thick.
It wasn't that thick.
Okay, yeah. I'm thinking it wasn't like the. I'm thinking of like the furry Bostons, Birkenstock Bostons.
That makes sense.
Or furry Crocs, where they do fit like a half a size smaller. I know it's not to that extent of fur, but
I feel like it was more on lines of the winterized Jordan 3s and 4s that they've come out with, where it's like a little bit thicker, but nothing crazy.
Nothing notable.
But I just feel like if you're wearing the shoe a lot and like sliding your foot in and out of it, that material would wear down so much quicker. So that's, I think, my only gripe.
Well, it is black too, so it might, if you're wearing white socks, it might just
flake off on it and everything.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, once you wear a shoe a lot, it might start to deteriorate a little bit.
Of course, yeah, which that happens. That actually happened to my first pair of Wave Runners that I ended up selling a long time ago. Like the inner liner where my heel was just ended up dry. Like it just wore through it. And I was like, wait, what? And then when I started noticing it, I was like, I'm just going to sell these. Still made, $400 on them. So I was like, whatever.
Fair enough.
But it was cool. And I also didn't know that on the Black Phantoms, the outsole is translucent, but you can't tell because it's a black shoe. It's like, I don't know if it's black translucent or what, or like a dark gray. But if you look at it, like it's definitely clear. And that's just something I didn't know. And you can't really tell from photos. It's one of those just in-hand looks. So I thought it was really interesting.
I'm gonna look up photos quick again.
If you zoom in, you can probably tell.
That's odd. That's didn't know that.
I wonder if I can.
I like translucent soles, so.
I do too. Yeah, I like my wallpaper is actually one of the photos with your hat in it in that shoe. But like you can barely tell that it's like a slightly different shade of black, but it's not like noticeable. So I don't know the design choice of that, but
yep, I could see that. I like little details like that where you can't, once you actually get it in hand, you're like, oh, this is a little different. I mean, it's kind of unique.
Which is why I changed my mind on the shoe. I'm like, I'm going to have to cop it if I can. I'm not going to pay resale. I will buy it for retail, and I will wear that shoe.
I will buy it for retail. I honestly, I mean, I've seen a lot of pictures of them recently, and we've seen different Travises. You can get into that in a second. But I do like, I mean, they look like an X-ray of a Jordan 1 low Chicago, or a Jordan 1 low Travis Scott.
I see that.
I Googled pictures of Jordan 1, and I'm looking at Jordan 1 Travis Phantom, and a pair of Chicago lows came up. So I don't know why that's the case. But I'm also
Google has been crazy when it comes to just sneaker photos recently. Because when I'm editing videos, I'll be like looking for pictures of random Jordans to throw in there. And you type in the exact name of the shoe, and it's like 3 photos of that.
Well, I actually had some Muriels pop up. I had some New Balances. So, but I do like that fuzz. Certain photos, it looks a lot worse. Than I think, but that toe box looks so nice.
It's very nice. It's very very nice.
I don't know. I want to get them in hand. Maybe I'll see them. I don't know if we talked about it, but this weekend I'm actually going to SneakerCon Dallas. So.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'll see them there at the private selection booth or something like that.
They should. But, I think they have. Yeah, they post photos. So I would. It's
been a few events since we've seen them, so they're probably going to bring out some crazy stuff, and it is their hometown, so I'm assuming.
Oh, that's true.
Some pretty cool pairs. So, but who knows? I want to see them in hand because they look cool, and if I do see them in hand, I'll probably post a TikTok on them. Or
you
something
have
like
to.
I usually do at the events and stuff.
You have to. And they should have the olive ones. They should have the olive ones too, because I saw they posted photos of that as well, which is the perfect segue. Yeah, they're cool. I don't mind them.
Your thoughts on those?
So, I don't know if that size looked weird, but when I held it, it looked really.
What size was it?
So it was a women's, is it 10.5, or a women's 11, which is like a men's 9. I'm a 9.5, so like, it would fit.
It should be a men's 9.5, but
yeah, I think it was I don't remember which size.
Usually it's a size and a half.
Yeah.
But,
maybe it was a 10.5.
It might be differently.
But
okay. Yep.
I can't remember. But I tried it on. I knew it was like a 9. It fit. Like it fit perfectly. But the shoe just looked so small. I don't know if it was because it was just a women's release and maybe some of the paneling is like sized differently, which I don't think that's the case, but I don't know. But even like holding it up to take photos, it looked so small in my hands. And none of my other shoes looked that small in my hands. So, and even I think in the TikTok I posted, there's a video of me walking downstairs in them, and they just look like toddler shoes on me, which was so weird.
Interesting.
But that's not really, I guess, a gripe on the shoe, but it was just something I noticed, and maybe it was just the size I had. But the quality on that one was amazing. The white leather that kind of borders the shoe is pretty much identical to the neutral gray ones, the lows, because I had my pair and I had them side by side, and it felt that same buttery smooth that those pair are. But I don't know. I thought it was interesting. The color blocking, I loved when I first saw it, but now that I had them for about 2 or 3 days, and the more I looked at them, I was just like, I don't know. Something about the black paneling against the white with the olive swoosh just looked weird. But
there's a lot going on. I mean, I'm looking at photos right now. The green laces do help the accents a little bit, and they have a green sole, but I don't know. It seems lazy. Lazy.
I agree. And one weird thing about the green laces, and I noticed this in every photo I've seen online, the laces are slightly, I think, darker than the swoosh because they're that waxed. They're the waxed, like, leather, not wax leather, but like wax laces.
The skinnier laces,
Yeah, so they look a little bit darker than the swoosh. And I don't know if you can tell in photos, but in hand, it's kind of a significant difference in color. So it kind of looks weird, but
I'm
I don't know.
seeing it a little bit on some of these photos, but not enough to where
to really tell,
in
which
hand,
makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Either the olive or the black laces, though, were clean.
The green reminds me, that shade of green reminds me of the Jordan 1 High clay greens that released in like 2017, I think. And that was like one of my favorite shoes. Oh, I've had a few pairs of them, and it's a great shoe, but that green looks identical.
Yeah.
To like the green swoosh looks identical to that, for the listeners to actually visualize that a little bit. Cream sole or cream midsole, you got a green outsole and then black paneling with that green swoosh. What laces did you get with that? I know early pairs sometimes they don't have all the laces.
I got all of them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so what?
So it's cool.
There's green, there's
red, white, and black, which was weird because I was kind of expecting a cream.
Yep.
But that probably would have looked weird with the white leather. The white laces I actually really liked on them. It looked a little off because, I don't know, my philosophy has always been the laces have to match what color the tongue is. So I always try and replace any laces that I have that.
Interesting.
Because, a lot of pairs, like my Obsidian ones, like those only came with navy and then like a powder blue lace. So I went out to, or I ordered, I think from Foxtrot Uniform, just a pair of their cream laces, and they look so much better with it. So that's always been kind of my deal.
I'm trying to look at my pairs. I don't know what I do. See, I'm looking at, I think I like contrasting laces, like my Jordan 5 off-whites, the black pair. I have white laces on there, which is
that makes sense.
I just got some gray or some olive 2002 Rs. I have some sail laces that has a green tongue, but then like my Jordan 4 what does have white laces, and the whole thing's white. So
True.
I think it just depends on the look.
I feel like mainly it's for ones, just because you can see the tongue so much. But that's kind of what I've always done with my ones. But now that I think about it, yeah, a lot of my other shoes, they don't match, especially New Balance, but because they pretty much just give you one lace and that's what you rock. And a lot of the times the laces go good with the color blocking. So
they know what they're doing at New Balance.
Yeah, for sure. They have their head on straight. But aside from that, the olives are cool. I wanted to say they were my favorite when they first leaked photos, but now not as much. Still a cool shoe, and if you can get it, like, that's awesome. They're clean.
Definitely do it. Well, you got some crazy pairs over there. I'm jealous. I'm very jealous.
If I could keep them, that would be the dream. But,
someday.
Take what you can get. It's free content, so I can't really complain. A lot of the blogs or a lot of like Instagram pages took up or reposted the reels too, so that was pretty exciting. So
really?
I was
Congrats,
like, let's
man.
go.
That's awesome.
Let's go. Moving along, getting my face out there.
Awesome.
That's all we can ask. Sweet. So anything else with you, or do you want to dive into some new sneakers? I have a whole...
Let's dive into some new sneakers.
I love it. Do you have any you wanted to talk about? Off the rip. Wow, I can't speak.
One thing I do want to cover quick, we do have a release date for the Jordan 1 High Lost and Founds, otherwise known as the Reimagined Chicago's. It looks like we're going to be getting those November 19th. I would not stick to that date. We just saw the Jordan 4 Black Canvas. We just had that get delayed.
It was like the day of, right? Or it was like an hour before it dropped on sneakers.
The morning of it changed back, I think, 3 or 4 days. So not a huge difference, but tentative November 19th for the sneaker drop of the year. I mean, without a doubt. It has to be. They released, since our last episode, they've released that it's going to be the highest stock of a Jordan 1 High ever released.
What do you think about that? Because that was my next question.
I love it. I think it's either two things. It's either going to be really good and everyone's going to be able to get them and they're going to not resell for anything, and you're going to be seeing them like Panda Dunks. You're going to see them everywhere.
Yeah.
Or it's going to absolutely demolish the sneaker market, and they're going to resell for $1,000, and people are going to hit like 20 pairs, and people are going to make a bag and a half. So regardless of the outcome, I'm definitely going for them. If I don't hit them for retail, I'm probably going to pay resell just because I absolutely love them. They have that white painted mid or outsole. It's
outsole,
like
yeah,
which is exactly like the Jordan or the New Balance 2002R protection pack in the gray, and I thought that was a super cool detail. And now my pair is, I don't know, here they are. Now the white is completely worn off. For the people that aren't watching the video, the white paint is completely worn off, but I think it looks super cool with the white speckled paint on the outsole. Yeah. So who knows? I mean, I sure hope they resell for like, my best case scenario is they resell for like $300. People can make $120 a pair, but
that's what I was thinking too.
$300 is like a pretty obtainable resell price for Chicago. I think they're going to be $650 plus. I think we've been waiting for this since 2015. There's going to be a lot of people that were into sneakers in 2017, 2018 that are going for this release because it's a new Chicago. It's an updated one. It's got the good materials. It's the aged. It's not a complete, like, there is some different paneling, like it's a different design, but it's not, it's going to do numbers. I mean, it's going to, and Nike's loving that extra high retail price that I believe it's $180 now. So,
yeah,
I mean,
that's crazy.
What are your thoughts on this release? November 19th. What are we thinking?
I mean, I think it's amazing. I'm definitely going to try and go for it. We'll see. I don't know if I'll pay the resale for it. Probably won't, but we'll see, you know.
Interesting.
But I'm really excited for it. Do you think that they're going to just up the stock numbers of all Jordan 1s going forward? Or do you think this is a release exclusive exception?
I don't think so. And here's why. Because if we look at the Jordan 1 Heritage that came out, we look at the Stealth Gray, we look at even the denims, the women's sitting. Jordan 1 denim, they're sitting. And so why would they, if the demand's not there, I don't see why they would increase stock prices and invest more into that. They know the demand's there on this Jordan 1 Chicago Lost and Found. Like, we've been talking about it for a year now. Like, the demand is there.
Which is crazy.
People are gonna buy these, so they're like, we're going to make a ton of money, so why not just make a ton of these pairs? Who cares? I mean, I think that's where they're at on it.
I like it. But yeah, you were just saying like how all these pairs, all these Jordan 1 highs are sitting. Like, it's insane. I went to the mall right down the street from me about a week ago, and I think I saw every recent Jordan 1 release in the mall. Almost full size run, and it was just crazy. I was like, man, they literally have everything. I almost bought the taxis, but then I was like, I don't need more shoes, but I wanted to so bad. I actually ended up getting my girl a pair of the powder blue Jordan 1 lows, full size run. Yep. And I was like, well, wow, I'll just pick them up for her. So now we're in the times of walking into the mall and finding the shoes we like and buying for retail, and I am so here for it. So excited.
Yeah, I think it's, I mean, if we look at, there's that one picture of how much Nike makes per pair of shoes that they put out.
Ooh, dive into that. I want to know.
It depends. So I'm looking at, I'll send you this graphic if you want to put it up in the video. Definitely. So this graphic's been out for a while. It's for $100 Nike shoes. So take it with a grain of salt because the retail is $180 on this. So just increase the margin a little bit on these. So the average cost to produce a Nike shoe is $22. There's $5 in freight, insurance, and customs. They invest $5 per pair into marketing. Another $11 in fees and expenses and overhead. There's $2 in income taxes. The retailer margin is $50. And Nike's net profit or income per $100 shoe is only $5. And that is for a $100 shoe. So let's say Nike makes $15 per pair and they sell 1 million pairs. They're going to make, what is that? 15 million? So
That's crazy.
and that's like $15 a pair. I mean, and they might release. I've heard stock numbers in between $500,000 and $1.5 million. So who knows? I mean, Nike, they're gonna make a bag regardless.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could see restocks of these. Nobody saw it coming with the Pandas. We've seen some Off-White restocks recently, and I know those are really exclusive, and it's a different scenario. But I could honestly see Nike restocking these Jordan 1 Lost and Founds.
That would be crazy. Yeah, stock numbers, man. I have no idea because I know I saw the 500,000. I made a video about that. But if it's more than that, that's going to be insane. But a lot of my comments were saying like, hey, the cool gray 11s, those were $1 million and they were still hard to get. I don't know if they were hard to get because I didn't go for them, but were those hard to get?
Yes.
I feel like everyone who wanted them, I mean.
I went for them. I didn't get them. Usually the pairs that everyone can get, I can't get. And I'm looking right now. Last sale on a size 10.5 was $302. So they are reselling. I remember that it was a $225 retail, so it was a little higher.
Yeah.
But
so, I mean, the $300
a ton of those.
It's not crazy.
$300 to $400. If it's anything over that, I'm gonna have to think about it. I mean, just to toss $400 at a pair of shoes, I could get a couple pair of New Balances for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
anywhere too.
I don't know. I mean, it's just November is going to be a crazy month of drops. Regardless.
It is. I'm stressed. I don't even know what I want to go for. There's way too much. One of them that I know I'm not going to go for. I'll segue into this. It was a pair that it was actually on, I think, Hype Beast, but it's the New Balance 327 made in Japan. This was my first time seeing this shoe today because I'm assuming they just leaked it. But this shoe is beautiful. And I was hyping myself up for this shoe while I was looking through the photos. And whenever I scrolled down to see when the release date was, I saw that they retail for $492 because of the, what's the name of the leather? Prime Tochigi leather. I don't know what that is.
Tochigi leather.
Tochigi. Couldn't tell you. Sounds fancy. But just the craftsmanship of this shoe looks insane. But whenever I looked at the price, I said, well, I'm not getting that. But
that's a ridiculous. I mean, the photos of these being crafted are.
Yeah. I mean, the quality is amazing.
I'm loving these.
The shoe's going to last forever.
Just absolutely loving these photos. I live for these photos. I mean, there's people handcrafting leather, stamping out New Balance logos. I mean, this is just beautiful. How many pairs are being? Do we know?
I don't know. I don't think they listed.
Because if it's like 327 or.
I'm assuming limited because I mean it is.
It has to be 492
for that high price point and the materials they're using. It's going to be pretty limited, but just a cool
honestly,
shoe.
I've never liked this silhouette.
Same.
I think it's a really skinny shoe, and if I'm gonna wear a skinny shoe, I'm gonna wear a Nike Cortez, and that's just the style I like a little bit better.
Good point.
There's a little bit more of a history on that, and
a lot of the colorways have not been that good. There was like the Casablanca pair. I think that was like an initial silhouette release with the green and white, and I liked that one, but it resold for so much, and I never understood why. I mean, obviously it's a collaboration, so of course, but I was like, on a 327, who's gonna pay $400 or $500 for a New Balance 327? But cool shoe.
Yeah, it's interesting. all I want to know is supply and demand. We talk about that all the time. How many pairs are going to get released? I mean, that's all you need to know. If there's like 10,000 pairs, I don't think they're going to be worth it. If there's like 1,000 pairs, I think there could be a resale on it. But
definitely.
I mean, we could see the deal we saw with the CDG foam posits. It was a 400 and it might have been $90 release. Retail price. And
how many pairs were made?
Unlimited. I mean, the number is so high because there's no limited number on them. They weren't limited, and they sat for retail. You can pick them up now for retail, if not under retail.
I'm sure under.
Cool shoe, but it's if it's not limited and it's a super high retail, it's going to be hard to sell them. But
that's
really
why
cool. I love
on
it.
Goat and StockX, like when you're looking at designer shoes, 9 times out of 10 below retail.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
exactly. And they always have the there's like a filter on Goat that's like check for below retail, and it's like
that's my favorite filter, baby.
These are the shoes that people are not buying because the retail price is too high, and they're probably a really wild colorway. But who knows? I like that. That's a good pick. What do we got next?
I like it. So this one, I feel like it's just a personal pick for me. I never knew this version of this shoe existed, and I stumbled upon it today on Hypebeast again, and I need it. So it's the AMI Puma Suede, but it's the one that has the crepe like outsole. And I just think this pair looks so clean, and I want to have this and just have it as like a rotation shoe that I can just wear with anything and beat it up. The suede looks good. The colorway is cool. I love the gum color of the crepe outsole contrasting with the green and tan. My voice cracked there. That was awesome. But it just looks cool. I don't know. What do you think? I thought it was super neat.
I do like these. They remind me of a pair of Clark Wallabies.
Yeah.
The booger soles.
Exactly.
From what I know, for the people that are watching, good for you, because I'm about to show you what happens to Clarks when they get worn. The sole gets disgusting, and I've worn these quite a bit. But the back of it, if I'm displaying the shoe, the back of it, the dirt comes up the sole when it's this weird, like, sticky sole. And I remember these were so nice when I got them, and they're a great shoe, but that's exactly what's going to happen with these is if it's the same material,
I would assume
you got to wear them lightly, and you just can't clean it because it's like a fly trap. I mean, you can't because it's so sticky. It's you just can't. So
yeah,
really cool.
I love those hiddens though. Those are sick.
Oh, I love them. Yeah, I love them.
Every time I see it in one of your videos, I'm like, oh, I need it.
I do love them. They're very nice. But yeah, these if I was gonna like summarize what this shoe looks like, it's like if you were to design a shoe based off the 1970s Boston Celtic court, that's what this shoe looks like. That's exact. I mean, it's just the vintage tones, the green. I love how the green goes down into the midsole. I think that's pretty cool. There's some cool details on these. It's $100 or $120 retail. I mean,
just a simple everyday shoe or every other day shoe. Pull an outfit together.
I do like that.
Not scared to beat it.
Solid.
Not too bad. Do you have any you want to cover? If not, I got 2 more.
You keep going.
Lined up.
You keep going.
Okay, so this is something I didn't know was going to happen. So with Teddy Santis being the creative director of New Balance Made in the USA, I didn't know he was releasing pairs kind of in a collection-wide or season-wide kind of deal. So his first collection just ended, and now we're getting photos of collection number 2. And so far, all we have photos of are a slew of 990 V1, V2, and V3, I believe. But these colorways are perfect for fall. They're almost the same kind of olivey chocolate brown as the 2002 Rs you picked up. Maybe a little more brown than that. But, dude, I would be so happy with any of these 3. They're so clean, and I'm going to definitely pick up a pair. But what do you think about these?
I was looking at them. The 992s, I believe they are. Something about them I've never been a huge fan of.
It's the midsole and like that.
Something about it's just not.
What is it?
Don't
that
know.
kind of long suede heel cap, and it's always like a contrasting color. I feel like makes the shoe look weird, and for some reason the midsole looks bubbly, I guess, near the heel. I don't really know how to describe it, but I completely get what you're saying because every time I see a pair, I'm like, do I like that? Do I like that?
It's a little different. I mean, I do like the 990 V3s. I think those
super clean.
I've never been a huge fan of that exact silhouette, but that might be one that gets me in the door. It's like Jerry Seinfeld in a shoe.
Yes.
It's just like they're just that kind of shoe. Wear them with sweats. I'm seeing the guys got in the pictures I'm looking on Hypebeast. You see some fuzzy socks. Get some Yeezy socks or something in there. Really cozy hoodie.
Perfect for fall and winter. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I need a pair of those. I mean,
right?
How do Teddy Santis shoes resell? Because I've never had a pair of his.
I think
I've never really looked into them.
Some of them, some of them do. Some of them do resell for maybe like, 50 or 80 over retail, but it's hard because obviously these are the made in USA pairs and the retail price is typically around 200. I want to say it's like 190 to maybe 210. So, when you're getting up in those higher prices, it's hard to resell. And a lot of them have been sitting when it's like the different colorways. Because I know in collection 1, he had the orange pair of the 990 V2s, and those sat on New Balance. The burgundy 990 V4 or V3, I think it was a V3. Those sat too. And there are a few other ones that are sitting, which makes me so happy because I think I would honestly be happy with any of the Teddy Santis New Balance, but they're expensive. You can't just go out and buy every single one. But
exactly. And
I just think they're so cool.
I love them. I love that brown that pair of 990 V3s. But I was just gonna mention I just got a pair of, if you're looking for New Balance that are sitting, I just got a pair of the 2002 R olive colorway.
Love that.
You can get them on Foot Locker right now for retail. In certain sizes, smaller sizes you can get, but if you're looking for a really comfortable pair of New Balances that's like kind of a neutral tone, a smaller tone like that, like you can get them for retail right now. So go do that.
I love it,
I've gotten a ton of really good comments on the pair. I've been wearing them all the time. I love them. 2002 Rs you really can't go wrong with. And
they're sitting in retail stores. When I was at the mall down the street, every single store had, a lot of them, were the same colorways, but you're going to find the basics, a few fall colorways like New Balance typically comes out with, but a lot of black, white, gray, tan. It's all there. So
yeah,
if you can find one and there's one you like, scoop it. Trying to think if there's anything else on that collection. I don't think so, but I'm really excited to see what else he comes out with for this collection. Dude, I want to talk about the new Joe Freshgood New Balances too.
I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to go there.
I forgot about it. Yes, dude. Let me pull these up.
I mean, there's just been so much that's happened. I mean, we can...
Welcome to the New Balance podcast.
Exactly. New Balance sponsor us. Once I got a few more pairs I want to talk about as well because it has been such a while. But the 993s, we got... I'll kind of explain it here. We got a blue pair, a green pair, and a pink pair, and they're called the Performance Art Collection, and they almost have like a salmon accent. The laces are salmony cream, the midsole is a salmony cream color, and then they have the color correct, so if it's a pink upper, it's going to have a pink kind of midsole design as well as a pink outsole, so that goes for the green and the blue as well. They are beautiful. The green pair is only beautiful. That's my take on it.
That's the one you'd go with?
I'm a green guy.
I get that.
I just showed my olives. I'm coming out with green hats New Year's, so
I love it, dude. That's what I was trying to figure out. Like
promo pictures is this green pair.
Ooh, that would be tight. But yeah, I was trying to figure out like which of the three I would really want to go for, and I can't decide because I can picture myself wearing all three, which is awesome because a lot of collections, when there's multiple colorways, like I don't have that reaction at all. But for these, I mean, I'd be happy with any of them. So, Joe Freshgoods,
they're well done.
hook us up.
I think they're well exactly. I think they're just well done. I mean, they're good. I honestly hope we see a lot of these on the streets and stuff and at conventions because I want to see some fits with these. If you get these, post a fit, tag us because it's the pink pair. I don't know how you could make a fit with that, but
I have a pink pair of New Balance 997Hs, and I love that shoe. They're so fun.
Interesting.
You got to find the right fit. I just always wear it with like all black or like black jeans, white shirt, pink shoes.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. But cool. Let's get into some that you had. What you thinking?
So I want to talk about the Jordan 1 High OG True Blue. So this is a pair of Jordan 1s that is essentially a brown mocha, but instead of all the accents being black, they are gray and blue. So
I like this a lot, actually.
I hate them. I
Really?
absolutely hate them. Yes.
I don't know why I like this.
They're disgusting. I mean, that's fine that you like them.
No, yeah, this is why it's fun.
I see way too much of a mocha. I feel like it's a Jordan 1 High mocha, but for colorblind people. Like, it looks like...
That's really funny,
like you
actually.
Inverted the colors a little bit. The black turns to a blue. The brown turns to a gray. I don't know. Something's just really off. I remember these popped up, and I was like, this is like the weirdest colorway. I mean, if you love blue and you love gray, go for it. You're going to love these, but I think they are really gross.
It's interesting. I don't know. Like, I like the way it looks because when I first saw them, I wasn't the biggest fan, but now that I'm looking at them on House of Heat, these photos aren't bad. I wouldn't wear them personally, more than likely. Like, if I had them, I'd wear them like once or twice, and then they go on a shelf. But I don't know. It's interesting. And it has that leather hang tag, I think, too. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. This photo is hard to tell. But
okay.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Nope, I lied.
They look exactly like the same material as the Mocha Jordan 1. I don't know. I'm seeing private selection photos, so I'm probably going to see them this weekend. So if I do,
for sure. I mean, just from photos, like the materials look good, which is hard to tell, obviously, in photos, but they look good. I feel like, and I don't think this way about a lot of shoes, it would look very good if someone did that kind of neo-vintage approach, like the Foxtrot uniform kind of deal, yellow the midsole, replace the laces with, honestly, I think these look good with white laces, but...
I could see that, yep.
Something like that, just to make it look a little different, or if you like yellowed the tongue and the white panels, maybe. But I don't know. Even without that, it's a clean shoe, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Segue into another shoe I'm really not a fan of is the Jordan 1 amid these Stash. They've done a few colorways of these now. They're coming out with the metallic colorway. And I've seen a few different videos of these people. I think Kais posted a video of him putting AirPods in the side of them. They're, for people that are listening, they're the Jordan 1 with basically fanny pack on the side and the back. And they have the perforated toe box, and they're satin, and they're just really gross. I mean, props to Jordan and Nike for thinking out of the box. I mean, they're a great, like, festival shoe. I mean, it's just, there's such a weird design to have a whole stash pocket, like, on the side and on the back. It feels like they're just thinking of the Travis 6s and just completely ripping that off and doing
That's
it
what
on
I don't
Jordan
get,
1
because
mid.
the colors they chose for this silhouette are not good.
Terrible.
In my opinion. Like, if they would have went the Travis Scott route and not used leather, used like all suede, canvas, neutral tones, like, I mean, honestly, if it had all of that, if this was just olive brown and, cream, it would be a Travis Scott shoe and people would die over it, which is so crazy. But
exactly. Yep.
It would be one. If we never saw these and we only saw a Travis Scott version, people would be like, "This is insane. This is so cool." But it's not, and the colors suck.
Yeah. No,
it's whatever.
I'm gonna switch the tone to a little bit of a shoe that I think these are the best Air Forces you can get for under $120. I'm talking about the Jordan, or the Nike Air Force 1 Low. It's the chocolate nubuck. So I'm looking at them on House of Heat if you want to pull up photos. They
doing
are
that right now.
beautiful. They are so nice. The release date is yet to be released, but it is a chocolate nubuck, and it's a really dark mocha chocolate colorway. They look really high quality. It almost looks like a satin inside. It's basically a coffee bean in a shoe, and I definitely want to pick these up. They have those wax laces that are just like the Travis One Low that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, these are gorgeous.
That's a really nice looking shoe. I have not seen these yet.
I haven't either.
That's sick, actually. Just the dark leather hits look so clean.
They just look good.
The nubuck looks really good too.
So I didn't want to stay on that one too long. I did want to talk about the new LeBrons that just came out. They've been kind of breaking the internet lately. The LeBron 20s. So they released the Violet Frost colorway. I think
it was like the Time Machine one too, right? Or something like that. Yeah.
We've seen leaks of the Fruity Pebbles. We've seen the Internal Flame, the Time Machine. I think the Time Machine is
the pink one. Yeah, it has the pink midsole.
I think it's the Time Machine Violet Frost they're actually different. So they have a little bit different details, a little bit different.
Oh, okay, I see.
Swoosh. They're really, really similar. But my favorite detail about them is I love the ambush dunk highs that released about a year ago. I had the blue pair, I had the black pair, I never had the yellow pair. They take that exact same swoosh that extends off the back and move it in a little bit, so it's like a shadow effect on a font where you have the regular swoosh that's stitched in, and then you have an external swoosh that extends off the back of the shoe, but it doesn't extend off the back as much as the ambush dunk highs.
I was about to say, if it did, that'd be kind of dangerous.
I didn't even think about that.
You know?
LeBron's dunking on your face and he pokes you in the eye.
Yeah, dude.
It could be a hazard, but I want to get these on foot. I play a lot of basketball in Way of Wades because they hook it up, and I do like their shoes because they're really high quality, and there's a few like the 808 2s, the Bruce Lees that just came out from Way of Wade that have been really nice on foot. But these remind me of Kobe 6s, and I know
definitely
we've talked about you being a skater and me in the basketball. I like these. I want to get a pair. I like the color. I would never wear a pink outsole on a shoe, but I think on the basketball court is a pretty appropriate time for that.
I agree.
I think they're fire. What are your thoughts on these?
That's a really cool shoe. I like the knitted material and how it wraps around the whole shoe. I wonder how stable that is, but I mean the laces look
It's stable. I can
solid.
tell you just from looking at it.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of LeBron running around in them. I've seen his kids wearing them. I've seen him dunking in them. I mean, if he can wear it, he's
for sure.
What, 6'6", 60? I mean,
yeah.
I sure can wear them. I mean, I think they're getting a lot of comparisons to the GT cuts from Nike that have come out recently in the last year and a half that have sold out because they remind people of the Kobe's, and we really haven't seen a Nike shoe take off in the basketball space since Kobe came out with the 6s, the 7s, the 11. I mean, we've seen a lot of or the 5s, the 6s, and the 11s, and I mean, like the Mamba Curials, just some really cool colorways of the Kobe's. I think it's time for Nike to return to the space. We've had Hyper Dunks. We've had Hyper Fuses.
Yeah.
LeBron he had the Soldier line. I've never been a fan of those.
True.
I love these. I like them a lot. I think it's about time Nike is back in the basketball space.
Yeah, because I feel like there hasn't been anything crazy in the basketball space.
The it shoe.
Yeah.
No, there hasn't been the it shoe. The most recent one that I'm thinking of is LaMelo's from Puma. And Kawhi Leonard's New Balance that he came out with is super fire as well.
Those were tight.
But otherwise, we haven't seen anything just take the cake yet. So
that's interesting. See, that's nothing, like I haven't really thought about that at all because I really haven't seen many basketball shoes being posted. And
no,
I just kind of forgot about it. And now that you say that, I'm like, yeah, no one's been making waves in that scene.
Exactly.
And that's interesting. It is about time. I'm here for it, dude. You want to sign us off then?
Yes. So I will be going to Dallas this weekend. If you want to see, I believe this goes live on Thursday. So if you want to see some exclusive stuff, I'm going to be covering shoes I see there at SneakerCon Dallas. It's going to be a massive event. So
yeah.
Yes, be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, yeah, that's all from me. Do you got anything you want to say?
I guess stay tuned. Supposed to be getting some pair of shoes this week. Don't know what it is, but check me out on Instagram and TikTok and you'll find out.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, and check us out on all platforms, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.